Welcome back to Augmented Voices. We're always exploring that really cool intersection of like cutting edge AI and how humans can work with it.
Yeah.
And
It is
today
a hot topic right now.
it is a hot topic,
Yeah.
and it's one that we get questions about a lot. So we're doing a deep dive today
Absolutely.
into AI on Wall Street,
Okay.
specifically focusing on Goldman Sachs, JPMorgan Chase, and Morgan Stanley.
The big three.
Yeah, so have
Yeah.
you ever wondered what it would be like to literally have an AI coworker?
Oh, constantly. Every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really fascinating to see how these companies are approaching this, because it's almost as if they're placing like different bets on the future of finance.
Yeah, and I mean, let's start with Goldman Sachs. It seems like they're really like going all in on creating an AI
Yeah.
that truly embodies like the Goldman way.
Right.
And it's not just about like automating tasks, right? It's like replicating the values,
Yeah.
the culture.
Even like the decision-making processes.
Right. And they've already got this AI being developed in stages.
Yeah.
So like initially, it's handling really basic tasks like summarizing emails or translating code, just like little things.
Yeah.
I think they actually have like 10,000 employees using it right now. They call it the GS AI assistant.
Oh.
But what I think is really interesting is where they want to take it in the future.
Yeah. So they're talking about like agentic behavior, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically where the AI actually can like make decisions and take actions.
Right.
But it has to do it all.
On behalf of the employees,
Yeah.
all while adhering to the Goldman way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that
I mean, it's a bold vision.
it is a bold vision, but I can't help but think like, are there any risks involved?
Well, I mean, think about it this way. What if this AI could analyze market trends, assess risks,
wow.
and execute trades at a speed and accuracy that humans simply cannot match? Yeah, I mean, that's a
All within that ethical framework
Yeah.
and risk tolerance that defines Goldman Sachs.
right.
That's the key here.
But then who's accountable?
That's a great question.
If something goes wrong,
Yeah.
I mean, this is finance.
Yeah.
This is high stakes.
That's why Goldman Sachs really emphasizes that that human employees will still play a critical role.
Yep.
It's a partnership. Humans will be the ones guiding, managing these AI tools,
Look.
setting the strategy,
Yeah.
and ensuring ethical use.
Well, it's like a dance.
It is. It's a very, very fascinating, intricate dance between human intuition and artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Goldman Sachs. So now let's move on to JPMorgan Chase. They seemed a little bit hesitant at first, right?
They were, yeah. I mean, especially with ChatGPT.
Yeah, they banned it.
They did, yeah. Data security it's absolutely crucial in finance.
Utterly.
And they just were not willing to risk that kind of sensitive information leaking out to a third-party provider.
Okay, but they've come around since then, right?
They have.
They launched their own thing.
They have. So they, instead of just, completely shutting it out, they said, okay, how can we bring this in-house?
Yeah.
So they've launched this internal AI portal. They call it LLM Suite.
Okay.
And it gives employees this secure access to these powerful language models, including ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. All right. So what are they using it for? What are some examples?
So many. I mean, they're experimenting with generative AI across a wide range of business lines.
Give me some examples.
I mean, everything from creating marketing content, planning travel itineraries, summarizing meetings,
Oh, wow.
providing call center support. They're even using it to optimize branch and ATM placements.
Really?
Yeah.
Like where to put them?
Based on demographics, foot traffic patterns.
Wow, that's so interesting.
It's pretty amazing.
But are they letting it talk to customers?
Not quite yet.
Yep. They're being really cautious about using generative AI in customer-facing roles
Okay.
for now, just because of the potential risks of providing inaccurate information.
Makes sense. Especially in finance.
Right. And I mean, it's a highly regulated industry.
Yes.
Even a small error
Yeah.
could have huge consequences.
Yeah. Okay. So what's their long-term vision for AI at JPMorgan? Well, they envision this future where AI acts as this almost like this autonomous agent
Okay.
that's capable of performing these complex multi-step tasks.
Okay, so Give me an example. Like, what would that look like?
Imagine like an AI that could handle an entire loan application process from start to finish,
Wow.
or provide like personalized financial advice in real time based on market data and that individual's client profile.
Wow.
So really, really cool stuff.
But what does that mean for all the people that like work there now?
Right. Well, that's where this concept of augmentation comes in. JPMorgan believes that that ultimately AI will enhance human capabilities,
Okay.
not replace them.
Okay.
So it allows, employees to really focus on those higher level tasks that require creativity, strategic thinking, those interpersonal skills,
Yeah.
the things that AI isn't quite so good at.
Okay, so it's not replacing, it's empowering.
Exactly. It's about empowering those employees with these AI tools.
Okay, so this brings us to Morgan Stanley, our last big player.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to have taken a different approach, right?
They have, yeah.
They're really focusing on giving their financial advisors AI tools that can, enhance their expertise and their client service.
Right, right. And what's remarkable about their strategy is they're harnessing AI to make their human advisors even more effective.
Okay.
They recognize that in this world, increasingly driven by data and algorithms, that human touch is still absolutely critical.
Especially with something like wealth management.
Especially in a relationship-driven field like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. So their flagship AI tool is a really good example of this. It's called Ask Research GPT.
Okay.
Imagine, you're a financial advisor and you have a client who's really interested in, let's say, renewable energy, and they want to invest in it. You could spend hours.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds really time consuming.
Hours and hours sifting through reports, market data, trying to find those promising opportunities.
Especially in a sector that's like constantly changing.
Exactly. And that's where Ask Research GPT comes in.
Okay.
It makes that entire process almost instantaneous.
Wow.
It leverages OpenAI's GPT-4 to analyze Morgan Stanley's massive research database, which has like over 70,000 reports in it.
Wow.
So instead of like manually searching through all that data, the advisor can just ask a question like, what are the top performing renewable energy stocks in emerging markets?
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And get a concise data-driven answer like that.
Okay, so it basically like does all the research for them.
Essentially, yeah. It frees up the advisor to focus on, actually interpreting those insights, tailoring the recommendations to that client's needs, and, and building that human connection that AI just can't replicate.
Right.
And that's not the only thing.
Okay, yeah. So you mentioned before that they have like an AI-powered chat bot.
They do.
That's really popular with advisors. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's called the AI at Morgan Stanley Assistant.
Okay.
Think of it as like a super intelligent research assistant that's available 24/7.
Okay.
And advisors can use it to get information quickly
on
just a whole range of financial topics, from market trends to economic data, company profiles, investment strategies. And it saves them...
So instead of having to Google it themselves or whatever.
Exactly. It saves them countless hours of like searching through documents and databases. Yeah. They can be more responsive to their clients.
Oh, that's cool. And you said that most of their advisors are already using it.
Yeah, over 98% of Morgan Stanley's advisor teams are actively using this tool.
That's amazing.
Which speaks volumes about how effective it is. But they're not stopping there.
Okay.
They've also developed this tool called AI at Morgan Stanley Debrief.
Okay.
That helps advisors make the most of, those sometimes long.
Yeah, they can be long.
Zoom meetings with clients.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a lot of information all at once.
Right. And it's easy to miss key details or maybe forget to follow up on something.
Yeah, so what does this tool do?
So with the client's consent, it analyzes the Zoom recording.
Okay.
And automatically generates summaries, client notes. It can even draft follow-up emails.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like having an assistant in the meeting with you.
It's like having an AI assistant taking notes and like preparing the next steps. So the advisor can really just focus on the conversation itself.
Yeah, just being present.
And building rapport with the client.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's really cool. So it seems like, Morgan Stanley's really committed to this responsible AI development.
Very much so. They have a very, very rigorous evaluation framework to make sure that all of their AI tools are accurate, reliable, and compliant with all the regulations, which is super important.
Yeah, you don't want to, be giving bad advice or
Right.
putting people's money at risk.
Right, exactly.
It seems like all three of these banks are really aware of the potential of AI, but also the risks that come with it.
It's a tightrope walk,
Yeah.
but it's really exciting to be witnessing this transformation firsthand.
Okay, so quick recap, just so we're all on the same page. Goldman Sachs is building an AI that embodies its values.
Yeah.
JPMorgan Chase is, cautiously exploring the power of generative AI in a secure environment.
Exactly.
And Morgan Stanley is using AI to, make their advisors better.
And what I find really interesting is how this whole race to embrace AI is forcing these institutions to rethink their approaches to business.
Yeah.
They're asking these tough questions about their values, their culture, and really what it means to be a financial institution in this age of AI.
And this isn't just happening on Wall Street.
No, absolutely not. This AI revolution is changing everything. Yeah. How we work, interact with the world, it's huge.
So how should we be thinking about this? What's our takeaway?
I think the key is to approach this whole transformation with both enthusiasm and caution. We have to embrace the potential of AI to solve problems, to enhance productivity, and to create these new opportunities.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to be mindful of the risks and make sure that its development really aligns with our human values.
Yeah, because that's a good point. Okay, so in the next part, we're going to shift from
institutions.
Yeah, the institutions to
individuals,
to the actual people.
Right.
So we're going to talk about how this is impacting
the workforce.
The workforce, what skills.
Right. What skills are going to be needed?
Yeah. What skills are we going to need? And then just the ethical considerations of it all.
Big topic.
Yeah. All right. We've been talking about how AI is totally changing Wall Street.
Yeah.
We're talking about Goldman Sachs, JPMorgan Chase, and Morgan Stanley.
Yeah.
But now I think it's time to kind of zoom in on,
the
people.
Yeah.
So how is this AI revolution actually impacting the workforce, the financial workforce?
Well, it's I think it's causing both excitement and a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, think about it. AI has the potential to automate a lot of those tasks that these highly paid financial professionals are currently spending their time on.
Okay, so then what kind of skills are going to be really important if we're going to be working with all this AI?
I think critical thinking is going to be absolutely paramount.
Yeah.
That ability to analyze information, identify biases in data, and make, sound judgments, that's going to be more important than ever.
Because AI can give you a ton of information, but it can't tell you what to do with it.
Exactly. It's up to us to interpret it.
Right.
Challenge the assumptions and make those informed decisions.
So we can't just
we can't just blindly trust the algorithm
and take it all at face value.
Right, exactly.
Okay, cool.
But along with critical thinking, creativity is going to be super valuable too.
Okay, why is that?
Well, AI is really good at optimizing existing processes, finding patterns in data, but it's not so great at coming up with brand new ideas or truly novel solutions. That's where human ingenuity comes in.
So there's still a need for that,
for that human spark.
That out of the box thinking.
Yeah, that ability to think outside the box, come up with those innovative strategies that AI can't quite replicate.
What else should people be working on or focusing on?
Well, emotional intelligence is going to be really, really important too.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, think about it. In a world where technology is automating so much, the ability to understand and connect with other people, to build relationships, to navigate those complex social situations, that's going to become even more valuable.
So it's not just about being, a tech expert, but it's also about...
It's about being human.
Being human.
Right.
And it's about those soft skills that, AI can't really replicate.
Right. At least not yet.
Yeah, exactly. And, as we start to, give machines more responsibility when it comes to like financial decisions, we also have to like really think about the ethical implications of that.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
Right.
AI algorithms are only as good as the data that they're trained on.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, if the data is biased,
right,
then the AI is going to be biased.
Exactly.
And that's not good.
If that data reflects those existing biases or discriminatory practices, then the AI can perpetuate them.
Right. It could make
It could even amplify them.
even worse.
Yeah. So we need to make sure that that AI is being used fairly and responsibly,
Right.
that it doesn't just make existing inequalities worse.
Okay, so we have to be really careful about how we use this technology.
It's not just about developing sophisticated systems. We need safeguards.
Right.
We need transparency.
Right, like how
these systems are making decisions.
making the decisions. Yeah.
And then there needs to be clear accountability for when things go wrong.
Right.
Because they will.
They will.
It's inevitable.
That's a good point.
It's a complex challenge.
Yeah.
But one that we need to face head on.
Okay.
The potential benefits of AI in finance are huge.
I mean, they are huge.
But we can't forget about the risks.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like we're at this
we're at a pivotal moment. Yeah.
It could be amazing, but it could also be,
it could go either way.
not so good if we don't.
It really depends on the choices we make.
Yeah, if we don't do it right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been
a fascinating conversation.
So interesting.
Yeah.
And to everyone listening, we hope that this deep dive into AI on Wall Street has been informative and helpful and maybe sparked.
Yeah, we hope it sparked some ideas
and thoughts
and some more questions.
Because it is a really complex topic.
Yeah.
And keep learning about it.
Keep exploring.
And that's it for this episode of Augmented Voices. So until next time, keep those algorithms humming and your human intuition sharp.